Hey gang, this is Leila here at the Comic Connection in Hamilton, Ontario with this week's comic book reviews. First up, we've got the X-Files #0. In honor of the movie coming out, DC has put out a new comic book series. This is the beginning of an ongoing series that's placed between Season 2 and Season 5 so they can have all the characters that you love. It's written by Frank Spotnitz and the art's by Brian Denham. In this issue, we see Mulder and Scully investigating a murder that involves a kidnap victim who hasn't aged in 17 years. So of course it's got your cool X-Files twists. I gotta say, I really loved this book. I especially enjoyed the art because it was literally like putting an episode of the TV show on paper. And they took care of a lot of really cool details for the fans. So I thought it was awesome. If you're an X-Files fan, pick it up. Next up, we've got Uncanny X-Men #500. This is by Ed Brubaker and Matt Fraction, as well as Greg Land and Terry Dodson. In this issue, the X-Men have fled the Xavier Mansion, and they are now in San Francisco trying to set up sort of a new safe haven for mutants, all out in the open, because basically San Francisco is cool with mutants being everywhere. And one of the city planners decides it would be a cool idea to put up a Sentinel statue, which turns out very bad when Magneto decides to turn them on. It was a pretty good issue. Can't say I loved it, but it was pretty solid. If you're an X-Men fan, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, so pick it up. Next up, we've got Robin 175. This is another Rest in Peace tie-in. In this issue, Tim suspects that Batman may be a little crazy and attempts to trace the cause to his early days and an experiment that he signed himself up for. There's a lot of tension that's built up into the book, into a coming confrontation between Batman and Robin, but on the whole I didn't really enjoy this issue. There was a lot of tension, but nothing really happened. But I'm interested to see where the whole Rest in Peace thing goes, and it's sort of necessary to read it to find that out, so pick it up. Last but not least, we've got Skrulls, a one-shot, and this is sort of a index for all of you guys to see every Skrull appearance ever, with little notes on how it may be important to what's going on right now. It's a really good read. If you're interested in Secret Invasion, then it's a good thing to pick up because if you're not familiar with everything, then you can catch up. So pick it up, it was pretty good.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic reviews. This week, 2 viewer send-ins. So let's get to it. First up, Miller and Mullet #1 by Ed Miller, Alan Turner, and Cameron Gates. In this issue, Miller and Mullet are hired by some thugs to deliver monkeys to Queequeg 7, but what they don't realize is that the monkeys are carrying a deadly mutagenic drug. Not a bad first issue. Pretty funny in some parts. Really good art. If you're a fan of Miller and Mullet, you're going to like it. And they're really good guys, so pick it up. Next up, The Possum #1 by Blair Kitchen. In this issue, when Stuart Spankley accidentally eats a zombie pill, he becomes his creation, the Possum. But will he be able to stop the plans of an evil elderly resident? Find out. Really great issue, first issue by Blair Kitchen. The art is reminiscent of Sergio Aragonés or Brian LeMay. I really love the art in this. It's so cartoony, it's awesome. If you're not a fan, become one and pick this up.